Alright, what is up everyone? This is Noan, and I'm really excited because of the fact that I know you hear in the background of some athletes hooping, and there's something that Kobe Bryant for this video that I'm going to be talking to all of our leaders out there and any aspiring leaders, and it's the following. Once you know what failure feels like, determination will always chase success. Kobe, man, you said it so well. Ladies and gentlemen, special edition on this video, let's go. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Noan El Boricua once again, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into another episode here at Pasión podcast, where all we do is immerse ourselves dentro de la cultura. We grow in our faith, and we're always making those conexiones. And I wanted to share this video, and I have to give a special shout out to my son Noah, my youngest son. And I had a chance to be at an offsite for work, and when I got back home on one particular night, my son was so excited to share with me about, well, one, that the Miami Heat beat the Milwaukee Bucks, but I think more importantly, it was really the conversation of understanding about this interview about Giannis, of course MVP, of course one of the top elite players in the NBA and around the world, I would argue. And there was just something that was really dope that I really appreciated about my son, that he saw the awareness and really the learnings of this interaction between a reporter that asked Giannis about the season being a failure.
I just asked Bud the exact same question, but I'm curious for you. Do you view this season as a failure?
And Giannis's reaction, and really more importantly, I think it was a dope lesson for our young athletes out there and just people in general, especially for my leaders out there. So Giannis shared some reflections on failure. He shared some reflections on what success should look like, and more importantly about taking the small steps. So I'm clearly sitting by steps because I thought it was vital to understand. And I think one of the biggest lessons that we see in what Giannis spoke to was the following. Giannis showed us that we should be able to embrace failure and that we should understand that there's a process in that. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more on that a little bit later. But what I love about it is he says that failure is an opportunity to be able to grow and learn. And I think for me, when I really think about that, it's something that's really important for us as leaders. And again, look, I've been a leader for a minute, and some of you maybe are aspiring, or maybe you're new in the game of being a leader in any capacity, in any enterprise, and whatever that looks like. And I think for me, we need to understand that failure is inevitable. I mean, Thanos even said it, right? And I think for me, the beautiful thing is that we know that that is the path to success. More importantly, when we adopt this mindset, we actually avoid being discouraged from the setbacks of getting to that ultimate goal. No matter if you're in sports or in business or whatever that looks like. I think for us, we need to understand, as leaders, we need to learn and grow when we fail. There's something that my mentor once told me, that you need to learn how to fail forward. And I think when we understand how to embrace failure, I think it's something that's really dope to really, one, take what Giannis was talking about, how that it's about a learning and growing process. Secondly, he talked about small steps. How many of you guys have ever heard there's levels to this? And yeah, man, there's levels to the game in leadership and in life. And we need to understand that we gotta be willing to take the small steps. So many of us wanna rush, queremos apurar to get to the top, quote unquote, right? Whatever the end goal is, we just wanna get there. We wanna jump all these steps to get to the top. And it's not like that. I think some of the biggest things that we can learn from very successful people, and really from elders, is understanding that there's a process in all that we do. And I think the more that we understand the process of learning how to dribble, the process of learning how to get to certain sets, and learning the proper technique of pulling up for a jump shot, that would only help us to eventually make the shot that we're going for. And I think for me, the quicker we learn que podemos aprender of taking small steps, believe me, it is going to be worth it. I use a metaphor at times where we talk about that we zoom in so close in our life of everything that's there, the imperfections, all the things, the defeats and everything, when really we need to learn how to zoom out and really see the overall beautiful mosaic picture of your journey as a professional and as a leader. And yeah, no one's perfect. We know that. But the beautiful thing is that we forget that there were these small little steps that got us to where we ultimately are today. And that leads me to my final one that Giannis really showed each and every one of us, and that so many outlets have been talking about. And I know Giannis isn't one of the first ones to really say it, but I think when we think about social media, Joel Embiid said we need to trust the process. And that's essentially what Giannis is saying. I think the beauty of understanding that, like, I don't get promoted every year, but there's steps to what I'm trying to do in life. There's steps to what I'm trying to do to this channel. That essentially success comes to those who have faith in their abilities and to be able to act on it. And I think that the more we understand this, as leaders, no matter how young, no matter how old, it is essential. It is muy esencial to be able to foster the belief in yourself, the belief in your team, and more importantly, give them the confidence that they can be able to do great things as well. That's the beauty of all this. If we can trust the process, if we understand there's steps that we have to go through, and that in failure we're gonna learn and grow, the interview that Giannis gave us really was such a great reminder to understand what it is to be a leader in this world. So to close, man, I really hope that for all of you up and coming leaders, for all of my leaders that are in the grind, and for all my leaders that are tenured, and who knows, maybe your leader is already retired and maybe you're mentoring, I hope you remember, let's reflect on the valuable insights that Giannis, Kobe, Michael, Shaq, name the athlete, Serena, name the athlete, whoever that looks like, Mia Hamm, like, I don't know if you guys ever heard her speak. There's so many insights that we can understand. But again, to recap with Giannis, we need to be able to apply these in order to be successful as leaders. So, learn and grow from failure, trust the small steps along the journey, and more than anything, have the faith in your abilities that you will be able to lead well. And I think that with that, it should help us every step of the way. So I'm not going to play basketball today. I just wanted to be here and hear the sights and sounds. But I hope you guys can really understand that some of these athletes, to many, they will say it's a failure. But I think for him, as Kobe said, once you've had a taste of that, he is clearly with the Mamba mentality that he's trying to chase success and that there's a due process and all that. So Giannis, I just want to say muchas gracias. Thank you for just reminding us that. And more importantly, man, I hope that each and every one of you can put that to practice. And thank you guys for checking out this video. As always, man, check us out on FieldPasiónPodcast.com. And remember, man, immerse yourself dentro de la cultura, grow in your faith, and always make those conexiones, just like a lot of these athletes are today. They're connecting to be on teams. I hope you guys can have fun with that. So thank you guys so much for checking us out. And again, like my grandmother always says, que Dios te bendiga.